swing into Storytime. My name is Peter, and today I'm going to read a story about Wee Donkey's Treasure Hunt, an adventure around Ireland. You can check out this book, and you can also check out Ellen's lovely little craft that she made, another souvenir of Ireland, on clarelibrary.ie, all part of Spring into Storytime. Okay, so here we go, and let's get on with the story. So as I said before, this story is called Wee Donkey's Treasure Hunt, an adventure around Ireland. It was written by Erika McGann, illustrated by Gerry Daly, and published by the O'Brien Press, Dublin. Okay, let's get started. A wee donkey sat in the shade of a tree. If he had one wish, Grandad, what would it be? I'd fix this old back and these wobbly knees and go see the sights that are out there to see. A beautiful countryside, and they're sitting under the shade of a tree and look at the squirrel and everything. The wee donkey thought, I can't turn back the years, but I can get Grandad some great souvenirs. She slipped through the gate with a small wooden cart, in search of some gifts that would warm Grandad's heart. Off she goes with her little cart, look at all the sheep around, the sun is shining, and I love Grandad's blue hat, so cool. First stop was a river all busy and buzzing, with people and sailors and boats by the dozen. These ships are so tall, their sails are so wide, I'll just take this one and nobody will mind. So here she goes, off she goes in the cart with a ship, and that ship is called the Ginny Johnson, and if you're ever around in Dublin, you will learn that you can go on the ship and you can learn a lot about the famine and all that sort of stuff, and it's a really very interesting trip. So next time in Dublin, check it out, guys. The next stop was Pretty, with lakes high and low, wildlife to look at and places to go. Said the donkey, I could take this flower, but Grandad would love this gigantic round tower. So look at off she goes now, and she's got the boat and she's got the gigantic round tower from Clonmacnoise in the back of it. And look at all the tourists around and everybody's going, wow, look at this little donkey go. In a beautiful garden all misty and green sat a massive stone fort that was fit for a queen. The sign says this castle is crawling with witches, but I think I'll take all those thousands of kisses. So she grabs down a Cork, she's in the Blarney Stone, and she grabs a rock filled with kisses back for her Grandad. How, cried the donkey, did this come to be? These stepping stone sticks leading down to the sea. Well, all of that rock would be heavy as lead. I'll just take this one little giant instead. So she makes her way up to the Giant's Causeway, which is up in Northern Ireland, and it's very, very famous, full of all these rocks and stuff like that, and they look like stepping stones out to the sea. And what does she find? She finds an actual giant, so she pops him into the cart and off she goes to Grandad. What a lot of souvenirs she's got. Hey, look, cried the donkey, there's books all around. But on seeing her cart, the librarian frowned. These pictures are all precious. They're not just for fun. All right, shrugged the donkey, I'll just take the one. So here she is inside in Trinity College, inside in the library, and what does she pick up? The most famous book in Ireland, the Book of Kells. And off she goes with her Grandad. She must really love her Grandad to bring him all these great gifts, mustn't she? The wee donkey put on some fins and a tank, and down to the depths of the ocean she sank. There's so many fish here and all different kinds. I'll just take the biggest one I can find. So she grabs the biggest fish and she throws it into her cart with her for her Grandad. The next place was ancient and brimming with magic, but Grandad won't see it. It's terrible tragic. The last souvenir that the wee donkey picked was a fairy who cried out, oh help, I've been nicked. So here she is, she's in the Hill of Tara, which is one of the most mystical and famous places in Ireland, and loads of history up there, and she grabs a fairy, and off she goes with her Grandad. The donkey walked off with her cart full of loot, and totally missed the Gardaí in pursuit. Grandad, she cried, with the guards close behind, I've brought you the best souvenirs I could find. So look at that, she's got everything. She's got the rock, she's got the fairy, she's got the biggest fish she could find, she's got the Ginny Johnson ship, the round tower, and the giant from the Giant Causeway. Loaded with presents. And here the Gardaí in pursuit. Now look here, the guard said, you can't have this stuff. They're national treasures. Stop stealing. Enough. The wee donkey instantly thought of a plan. No problem, she said, but can we use your van? So the guards were not very happy with her stealing all that stuff for the Grandad. Now we do know she was only borrowing it and she wasn't really stealing it, but the guards didn't see it like that, did they? So they drove in the van across the country non-stop. Grandad out the window, wee donkey on top, flying through the roads. They gave back the book and the tower of stone. They gave back the kisses. No witches were home. They were lucky. They gave back the fairy who yelled, "About time!" The biggest fish flicked some seaweedy slime. As it jumped back into the sea, it covered him with seaweed. They put back the giant and the stepping stone sticks. And finally, all that was left was the ship. They put the ship back in its dock, up in Dublin. The wee donkey frowned then. I feel a bit sad that we've no souvenirs of the day that we've had. Her grandad just hugged her. My dear, that's not true. I still have the best souvenir. I've got you. The end. Okay, boys and girls, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, bye-bye.